A year ago, this abandoned mine dump became the violent setting for a gang rape that would send shockwaves across the country. 8 women were part of a production crew shooting a video when they were descended upon by groups of men, dragged into the bushes, robbed, and sexually assaulted. The identities of the attackers are still unknown, and police say their investigations are still ongoing. Nicoline Trom is a resident and a community activist and recalls the events of that July morning.
I remember getting a message early in the morning from the mayor. Then it was Mayor Tyrone Gray, who was asking how did we let this happen as community leaders. It just sent a very cold chill down my spine that such a terrible ordeal could have happened. And what was going on in my head at the time is what those women were feeling at that particular moment. Nothing has changed. If there was a bit of justice that could have happened, this mountain would have been removed, this place would have been cleared, but it's still the same as it was. For us, West Village is like a place that is left to harbor any sort of criminals, and there is no help that assists the community in terms of getting it right.
I asked her how that moment affected the community in West Village.
What happened to those ladies gave a platform to a lot of women in West Village that had suffered the same fate. But because of they were not heard, their cries were not heard, and to them, they had given up trying to get help from the authorities.
Feeling free to walk and just exist seems to be an elusive dream in this area, which carries an eerie sense of abandonment.
We're still not free in West Village. There was a bit of change, just I think 3 months after the Imbizo that had happened. We could see police visibility, but there was no consistency. And this is something that we had stressed out and asked that please give us consistency, because then the place is a mine dump which will attract illegal miners, and that comes with these gang-related issues. So as long as there's no consistency in the police visibility and the problem with the illegal mining within South Africa dealt with, then there is no freedom.
What's worse is the feeling that their homes have been taken over by illegal miners.
The illegal miners do control the area for the fact that we are unable to move freely. We are living in fear, in constant fear. That tells you alone that there's this power that is out there, that is in control, that has full control of the community. And they are now back with reinforcement because there is no consistency with the police. There's a whole lot of them. The number of them that are here now is more than the ones that were there. And the community fear that it's only a matter of time that it will gradually going back to where we were, basically. There has been some cases that had been reported, even as murder cases that have been reported.
In the absence of visible enforcement, Trom says the illegal miners have become emboldened.
Even last year, when this was happening, they made a mention that after 3 months your police would be tired and we will be back. And they did come back, and they came back with reinforcement. So for me, as long as West Village is habitable for them, then they'll come back. And some of them actually did say that we're not going to go anywhere here. There's money here. So as long as there's still a market for illegal mining, then they'll always be there. We'll always have these issues. The problem here is we've dealt with this, the symptoms of illegal mining. Maybe what we need is the authorities to look deep into it. Why is it that the municipality is not coming forward? Why is it that it is not making this place habitable? Because West Village is dark, extremely dark in the night. not just in the night. It is deserted. So it's habitable for any criminal element that's out there.
Following the attack, a large contingent of officers and law enforcement were deployed to the area, and Police Minister Becky Cele assured the country that the problem of illegal miners and their alleged crimes would be dealt with. How does Trom feel about that moment now?
Yeah, we did have the minister coming in. However, he said he will leave no stone unturned. But it's been a year and it seems as if there hasn't even been an attempt. If there was an attempt, we don't know about it. There hasn't been any feedback in regards to the case itself, and it was just an empty promise that was made, among other promises that were made not only by him but other departments that were there.
Meanwhile, many women here, according to Trom, have their own stories of trauma and violence.
When we say almost every house in West Village has a terrible story to tell about illegal miners and how they had been victimized, every woman, like now we've got a foundation that we help in terms of giving mental state and psychological counseling to the women that had been affected and victimized by or sexually abused. You hear quite a lot of disheartening stories that these women are telling, and this is actually a reality to most women that we've been through this. You know, it's and justice has not been served.
Trom and Steve Bock are the founders of the Umuntu Ngumuntu Ngabantu Foundation, created to deal with the violence and the unemployment in the area. They conduct skills training and psychological services support.
The crime that was here before, because of this Zama Zama issue. Secondly, the rape that came. Most of them were raped. They came and told us about the rapes that happened before. It wasn't easy because also men were raped, and then the lifestyle of them, they were drinking too much. So that was not good for them. That's why we said, let's see how can we help them, how can we see them, how can we build them going forward.
Bock and Trom want to work with the local government, finding solutions together.
I think the government, because they know about this Zama Zama issue, and I think it's not only here in West Village, it's broad in South Africa. But for us as the foundation, we said, let's see how can we try and knock the doors everywhere. Especially from the ground, municipalities, we as the foundation work very closely with the municipality now, because of if we can work with the municipality will escalate it to the government. We need that help, that the government must come out, work with the communities, because the communities like us as the foundation, we are on the ground all the time. We can see what's happening.
And one novel way they're doing it is through the creation of a unique flea market called Cowboy Town.
We first started as a market, and people were always joking about how wild the West Rand is. So we thought about this cowboy theme, you know, the Wild West, and that's how we brought in the cowboy theme, and it just developed from there.
And how did it affect people's sense of safety and security?
People were very scared. We had lots of visitors who didn't visit us for months after it had happened. People who used to come regularly who were scared to come by. People definitely did not feel safe in this area at all.
The attack last year hurt not only the community's psyche but business too.
It was horrible. I don't actually even have words to describe what I felt for them. It it's something unbelievable, but that we couldn't have imagined that could have happened.
So this is sort of one of the opportunities in a town where there is a great deal of socioeconomic pressure to try and do something.
Yes.
But still, she says, they will fight for the place.
There's lots of negative connotations in this area, but it's such a wonderful community. If you are part of it, you'll just see how the people here stand up for each other. They're so close. It's not just a village, you know, everyone knows each other. It's like a big family. It's definitely a very diverse community with everyone coming together, supporting each other. It's just great how people are a family here.
Iman Rapeti, West Village, Krugersdorp on the West Rand.